What it do? What the business is?
Another week in the books. It's the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, a.k.a. the Husky Vegan, a.k.a. Saquon Broccoli. Hard. I got him speechless, guys.
Saquon
Y'all hear that?
Broccoli.
Shout out to my guy at Mr. Modern99 for that one. Appreciate that. Oop. Fire. I'm on a roll.
The people be setting you up for failure with those, dude. Y'all stop, man.
Call me
Y'all
Butter.
stop.
I'm on a roll.
Oh, man.
What you have on deck for the weekend, Lou?
My weekend was slow motion, as I like them to be, laid back like a fiend on promethazine.
Oh, my.
Jesus Christ. It look too late, man.
Didn't say I was, said I like.
Okay.
What about y'all weekend? What'd you have up?
Trying to make ends meet like ground beef. Keeping it simple. Didn't do too much. Y'all like that?
It was better than the AKA.
Nah, I'm on a fucking roll.
I will give you that. Twin, what you have up for the weekend?
It's your boy Mxtra Money, Mxtra Drip, Mxtra Guac, Mxtra
do
Chips.
all of that?
Yeah, let me get in on the action.
Stop.
Yes, sir.
How was San Jose, sir?
Everybody feeling themselves this week, I see.
The Bay Area, Yay Area, as I like to call it, was fantastic.
Okay.
Beautiful scenery, great food. I had a great time.
I got to make my way out, though.
The All-Star game looked lit.
Yeah,
I was watching the highlights on sports, and they had like 4 All-Star games.
Yeah, they did a 3-on-3. They changed it up. Yeah, it's better that way.
Division played.
Oh, that's hard.
Each division played.
They do 2
played
semifinal games and a final.
That was fly right there. Shout out to the NHL, man.
I can respect and accept that.
Sure.
I had no idea it was the All-Star game unless you.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, man. You got to keep them cultured out here, people.
Anybody watch anything good this weekend? Nothing.
Nah, I'm on that True Detective, slowly but surely getting through that.
Yeah.
That's it, though.
I think the True Detective is good. I have no idea what's
Oh,
going on.
it's good. The last episode.
I'm watching it. I can't really give you a good synopsis of where it's going.
It's a slow burn.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
the end of the
confused.
3rd episode, you'll see everything unfold.
So I watched. That was the last one that came on.
No, the 4th came on yesterday.
I'm caught up.
Yeah.
I just still like it's a lot. I don't know what's going on. Like,
It's a lot of layers.
yeah.
Speaking of watching, man, y'all make sure y'all watch us on YouTube, man. Click the link in the show notes. So all you got to do, click that link. It should be in the show notes, whatever app you're using.
Yep.
Click that. Watch us. New episodes every Friday, man.
Yes, sir.
Get our subscriber game up, so make sure y'all go subscribe. Don't just look at the video. Hit that button.
Please do.
Appreciate the support for sure.
Absolutely, man. Now we got an action-packed episode, man. Game made waves at his little, at his listening party for his new album that should be dropping any day now.
Game doing game shit.
Absolutely. So we only felt it was right, man, to do a discography, man. Let's rank it. He 8 deep. We might as well.
As well, he in the news, so why not?
Absolutely, man. But speaking of news, let's get to what happened in the rap game, man. We're going to keep it West Coast. YG.
My guy.
Listen, YG took to social media to humiliate a fan who was apparently trying to sneak a picture of him, what looked like to be maybe an airport or mall. I couldn't really tell what it was.
Court they was in looked like.
Yeah, well, he put him on blast, calling him out his name several times. The kid looked kind of young. I'm going to ask you, did YG go a little too far, or was he warranted?
So I'm on the fence with this, and the reason being is because of my prediction earlier in this year.
Which was?
People are going to have to learn that the phone and all of this shit comes with consequences. And YG showed this kid, how you want to sneak video record me after I clearly probably told you no? How you still want to do it? All right, come on, let's record. Stand right here. Let me call you a bitch, nigga. Let me threaten to knock you out. Let me just make this the worst day possible for you. That is showing, I think, this generation like a little bit of what they need to know, that you can't just sit on these phones and just, he said I couldn't record him. I'm going to do it anyway. Look at me. You can't do that. But at the same time, YG went too hard.
He went way too hard. He was way too disrespectful.
And especially in this day and time, because you got all the bullying,
right?
The mental illness stuff. He don't know what this kid got going on. He may have just been a real big fan of YG.
Right, and nervous.
Nervous. You can see it on his face. And now when he go home, he finna get made fun of. That little boy fuck around and kill himself or something, God forbid. That happens. That's on YG. I don't even want that. I don't even want that if I'm YG. So, like, I'm going to let you get off and get away with this. But like I said, consequences going to start happening in 2019.
Because we don't know what happened prior to that. We don't know if he asked him to stop or if he was just sneaking a pic of his favorite rapper. Like, you don't know. So that context part, that kind of leaves us a little bit in the dark. So let's just go with what we know. YG said he tried to take a picture of him and he put him on blast. Bro, YG, you're famous, bro. You're
Newsflash.
Newsflash, fam. You're famous. this is America. Everybody has a smartphone in their pocket. Bro, they're going to take pictures and video of you, fam. Like, now, is he in your face invading your private space? Then that's another story. But, man, don't put no kid on blast. He was hella young, nervous. YG probably had 2, 3, 600-pound defensive lineman security next to him. That's what make it whack, dude. Like, come on, YG. Like, that was corny, bro.
So who's to blame for this? Like, should YG know better than this?
Yes.
At this stage in his career, like you said, YG, he's famous. You got multi-platinum singles.
Right.
You're a star.
Right.
You should know better than this, right?
Bruh, you shouldn't go too hard. Like, it's one thing if it's somebody that's about that life right there. Like, because it looked like you're picking an easy target.
I ain't gonna do YG like that.
Nah, it looked like you're picking an easy target, though.
I feel like if that nigga had the Crip rags on and been 6'3",
he wouldn't have done that, bro.
YG doing it.
No, he's not,
YG
bro.
is doing that to him, too. That's one thing that I will say. YG would have kept that same energy with anybody, whether it's that little boy, whether it's Donald Trump, or it's the Crips on the other side of town. YG keeping that same energy. I just don't know if that energy is smart.
Nah, he not doing it.
I think YG was just a little annoyed at the kid.
That's cool.
That
but
could
you
be
gotta
any,
handle it another
that could
way.
be anything. Yeah, he was just a little annoyed. I think he went overboard for sure. The kid probably won't do it again.
Nah,
but he definitely went in this age of social media and thing. I think he probably went a little overboard. But I can understand his frustration. Sometimes people want to be left alone.
That's fair. And one day you're going to go overboard on somebody like that, and then the person is going to go overboard on you, and they're going to fire on you while you're trying to talk that shit on your little IG live, and it's going to go viral in a whole other way that your ass didn't imagine.
You disrespecting YG, though.
Yeah,
you disrespecting YG. Yeah, like YG, if it's one nigga that I think that's not faking when he talk about that gangster shit and like being a little bit thrown off, and I'm not saying that YG Superman.
No, that's all I'm
not claiming
saying.
that he can't get knocked out. But what I am saying is he's signing up for it. YG gonna sign up for the this nigga 6'4", let's go. He seemed like that type of guy to me.
How you gonna fight a nigga in hard bottoms?
That's why he got.
You gonna be slipping and sliding all over the fucking floor,
element of
bro.
surprise.
Don't do that.
That's the same nigga to get knocked out. Be thinking, man, that nigga got hard bottoms on. He ain't finna whop. He got hit in his eye.
YG wants all that smoke.
All the smoke.
No, that's fair, but sometimes, who wants? Listen, we talked about this with Tekashi when he used to come out and be like, "I want all the smoke. Come and get. I wish somebody
that's
would."
The difference. He didn't want the smoke though.
Yeah, YG doesn't go looking for it.
YG
I don't think he wants to back
the
down.
smoke. Like he ain't going to look for it like Tekashi to make a mockery out of it. But if it comes this way, I'm smoking.
Yeah, all right, y'all gonna do that on the wrong fan, and he
No,
gonna have.
YG, don't put it on us.
No, I'm saying whoever. No, listen, somebody gonna do that on the wrong fan, and but Tekashi did this in the mall that one time.
Yeah,
That was a kid.
See, that was a real little boy.
That's what. But it's a kid. They all kids,
And
man.
that's
They're not doing that to no real nigga. Like,
And
they're not doing that,
he
bro.
touched him too. Like Tekashi, like tried to choke the nigga up and shit. Was like, you try to
He
do
got in
it
trouble for
harder
that.
than
Yeah, you
what it
can't
was.
do that. You can't do that.
It's again, they picking easy targets, bro.
Yeah.
Like that kid, YG knew that kid wasn't finna do shit. He knew it,
I don't
bro.
think he picked him though. It just happened.
Yeah, and that's why
he just went overboard. He
and
just went
too,
overboard.
I don't think like the guy that you're talking about that's not the easy target is not gonna sneak the picture of YG. He gonna be like, hey YG, let's get this flick in.
Man, bro.
And I think YG gonna kind of like do it, or that's when the 350 pound dude gonna be like, no, bro.
Fans come in all shapes and sizes, dude. You can't be YG and you want to go and show out at the LA Ram game, fuck with the Packer fans at the end of the game, and you doing all this on live to people that didn't ask to be put on IG. You did all that and it was cool. When somebody comes, they may be a fan and they taking a picture. Now all of a sudden you mad. Now all of a sudden they bitch ass nigga, they this and that. But it was cool when you was doing it at the Rams game though.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
Pretty
that's whack, bro. He went overboard. He doing too
He
much.
definitely went overboard though. Like, because I like YG.
Slightly.
I like YG too, but he was bullshitting. All right, man. Next up, Young Thug, your man's. That's
Thugger.
Mxtra guy.
Thugger.
See, you know all the ad libs and shit.
YSL.
Oh my god, you know the record label and everything.
Got
Jesus
one more?
Christ.
He want to get out?
Hey man, got a rep for the
Barter
hometown,
9?
man.
You're right. Speaking of barters, he is claiming that Lil Wayne will sue him if he releases the Barter 7. Is Wayne taking a page from Birdman's book, or does he have valid reasoning to call the lawyers?
Wayne been with Cash Money since 12 years old.
Yeah, forever.
20 years. This is the only way that he knows how to do business. Like, there is no other way to him. He don't know how to like work with Thug and let's do a joint venture. Let's do a partnership off the Barter 7. I know where you got it. I know where you paying homage. Let's sit down and have a conversation to make some money off this. Nah, I'm going straight the baby route. I want all the money. It was my idea. I don't want you to get nothing off this. Hey, only way you eating is because I made this up. And that's a mistake for Wayne. You can't do this, especially with this younger generation, especially with someone like Young Thug that has the following that he has. He ain't got to go through a record label. He can put Barter 6 out, and it ain't got to like... It doesn't have to do anything industry related, and Wayne won't be able to sue off of it. It will still thrive. That's the pocket that Young Thug is in. So Wayne is making a mistake by making an enemy of Young Thug.
Young Thug is making a mistake by milking this Barter series, dude. Can you come up with something else?
Why?
That's
the thing
whack,
now.
bro.
It's Slime Season 9, Barter 9. That's
Bruh,
what they do.
Let the Carter be its own thing. You thought you were paying homage in doing that, and Barter. It was cute the first go round, but now you milking it at this point, and now you trying to ride the little wave that Wayne got back with the Carter 5 drop and the little momentum that he had. Now it make it look like you riding it. You were paying homage when Wayne was quiet because he couldn't put out the Carter 5. That was fine. You were paying homage. Okay, we know if you listen to old Thug of shit, he sounds exactly like Wayne, so it's obvious that he's a fan, and I get that. But now, like, remember the shit with the tour bus and getting shot up, and some people thought that he was affiliated with Thug, and so it's starting to get a little murky, their relationship. I'm gonna ask the resident Young Thug expert, Mxtra, has Wayne and Thug done a song together that you know of?
No.
That's kind of strange. Because he is obviously Wayne's #1 fan. You can tell from the...
So if he's a Wayne fan, Dwayne Carter being in the position that he's in, and he's influenced a whole generation.
Facts.
Of kids, including Young Thug, probably the most popular person that he's influenced from that generation.
Right.
Why am I burning the bridge and saying, well, if you put this out, I'm suing you, as opposed to trying to work with him and reestablishing myself in the career space that I need to be in if I'm Lil Wayne?
I don't think there was a bridge.
That's what I'm saying. You're the older artist. You build. You clearly see that this person look up to you. You clearly see that this person aspires to be as big as you were, or wanted to do some of the things that you did in rap. Why am I gonna be the asshole to sit up here and be like, well, I'm suing you if you do this? Nah, let's work together. Let's figure this out.
Because after a while, you get tired of seeing the whole game. Trust me.
Listen.
If anyone is aware that the game, he's influenced a legion of rappers, it's Wayne. Mm-hmm. After a while, you sit back and you get tired of being the motherfucker that influenced everybody, and everybody ran with your shit and is eating off of your shit. And now he's doubling down and doing the Barter series. Bro, now it's getting to a point where now I'm feeling disrespected.
Well, you brought up a good point when you just said that you get tired of everybody eating off his shit. The reason being is you not eating. It ain't nobody else's fault that you didn't get paid for that shit except for you and Baby. Don't take it out on everybody else and try to sue niggas because they coming out with likeness of it. I think that's the problem that Lil Wayne has, and that's his problem. It's going to be his problem with trying to stay relevant. You don't understand how to relate to this whole generation of kids that look at you like fucking Tupac.
So what you're saying is Wayne shouldn't sue for it?
Hell no.
Okay.
Wayne
I'm saying he
need
should.
to executive produce it.
Okay.
That's what he need to do. He need to start a record label and release it on his label. That's what he need to do.
Maybe we're forcing the relationship and they're not that tight, though. Remember when we used
I ain't the one that called my album Barter 7. He said that. Like I'm strictly going off the information that Young Thug is putting out there, and the information that I have off Wayne, just looking at his career from afar or as a fan of rap. He could do so much more to benefit himself and that album by helping him.
So I see both ends of it.
Mm-hmm.
I see from a business aspect why Lil Wayne would sue him. I definitely see it. Now, does it look cool?
Got something going on.
Does it look cool in the streets? Yeah, you lead me to my point that Wayne had a lot to learn recently from business moves. So this would lead me to believe why he would sue for this. I mean, he lost a lot of money with bad business practices before, so he's not trying to have those mistakes. Yeah, he's not trying to have those mistakes again.
That's true.
Which is why we need to have a conversation.
Right. And from Thug's standpoint, Thug is a Wayne fanatic.
Clearly.
So this is his way of paying homage to Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne doesn't take it that way. So Lil Wayne sees it as disrespect, and I think some things some of the things he does borderlines disrespect.
Yeah, it's trolling.
But it's trolling, yeah. So I think he loves Lil Wayne, but I also think he likes to get under his skin about this whole bar.
On some Dennis Rodman shit.
Sure.
That's for sure. And I think a bigger topic of that could be discussed at a later date on another format is like the generational gap. Like you brought up a good point.
Yeah.
instead of Lil Wayne calling a lawyer, instead of Young Thug going to Instagram and saying, "Oh, he's gonna sue me," or Lil Wayne calling and saying, "I need to sue him," they can talk.
Right. And
like y'all in the same space, y'all in the same profession. Y'all, I ain't saying that y'all do the same thing per se, but like just like NBA, like LeBron can pick up the phone and call Kobe and be like, "Hey, bro, what is this like?"
Who's making that call though?
Lil Wayne should, as the elder.
Wow.
He damn near 40 years old, bro. I've been rapping since I was 12. I should have some advice for Young Thug.
But also, it's funny that you say that because I was reading the article on Hypebeast, and they said during this Facebook Live, or Instagram Live via his girlfriend's page, a lot of fans were asking him questions. He ignored majority of the questions, and then brought up Lil Wayne tried to sue me.
Yeah,
so it's funny that you ignore all these questions, and then you automatically jump.
Well, he said that they asked him continuously, Barter 6, Barter 6. He said, if I drop that, Wayne gonna sue me.
Or Barter 7.
Barter
or whatever
6.
one we on. Who the fuck knows?
Whatever
It'll be Barter 7
series that we're in.
It'll be skipped by me is what it'll be.
But
Thug makes great music.
Long story short, as a culture of black men and black women and people that are in this culture, picking up the phone and not using lawyers or executives or middlemen or anything like that, it would be a lot more beneficial to us all.
Young Thug
until
can
it affects your bottom line.
Exactly. And Young Thug can just hop in them DMs and be like, "Oh, big bro, can I holler
That's
at you?"
true. I ain't opposed to that either. I ain't opposed to that either.
All right. Moving on, man. Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
We talked about YG wanting smoke. Tory Lanez wants all the bar smoke.
He want Newport 100 smoke. The box.
Tory Lanez came out and is the latest to claim to be the greatest rapper alive right now. We've heard people make that claim before.
That boy Tory.
Don Q took exception to this. All right. He was the first one to jump out there in that water. He released a diss track. Tory Lanez released a comeback diss track. And then Don Q came with another one. Another rapper, My Son, came out with a Tory Lanez diss track as well. I just said another rapper. Ain't that what he is? Man. What do you want me to say?
My Son still rappers.
See?
Oh my God.
I didn't know.
I fuck with My Son, but let's be honest.
I haven't heard him in a while. Last time I listened to My Son, I was in high school.
Rough Riders Volume 1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My Son, lefty.
Gun up in the right palm. He ripped that though.
He killed that.
All right, back to Tory Lanez. Are you here for the boasting and bragging and multiple beefs and battles that Tory Lanez has going on?
I'm here for it, man. This is aspect of hip hop. This is sometimes what it's all about. When you're not making hit records, when you're not doing the club ladies record, it's about the competition. It's about sometimes just bringing it to the door to somebody and saying, "Look, I will punish you. And if you say something else, I will end your career." Ain't no careers being ended here, but I like the energy that Tory Lanez is bringing, saying, "I'm the best rapper, and whoever wants smoke, you can get it." Like the energy Don Q brings, and he's like, "All right, you saying that? Boom, here you go." Then he put himself out there and got smoked.
Right. Who got smoked? Don Q got smoked. That's my guy, too.
He got smoked.
He got smoked. I'm not going to lie.
And that proves to the point when Tory say, "I'm the best rapper alive," I just punished Joyner. I just punished his Don Q niggas who y'all love up in New York, so y'all keep putting them in my face. And I'm not saying that Tory is the best rapper,
Punished
but
Joyner though.
He punished.
It was closer than this Don Q.
But
it was closer than this Don Q.
Let me context punish by saying I didn't think of Tory Lanez as a lyricist before that
That's
Joyner
fair.
lyricist thing. I thought Joyner Lucas would punish him, but it flipped around. And I say all that to say I just love the energy that Tory Lanez brings, being confident in what he do, going after whoever, saying he the best at it, then backing it up by actually rapping, calling people out, being funny. I like that about Tory Lanez. I ain't saying he can win every battle.
Right.
He batting 1,000 right now.
I will say this. I'm gonna say this. He picked a very good time to do this. Number one, first quarter is always slow. Super quiet right now. And the best thing to even ever happen to that claim, because several people come out and say they're the best XYZ. They do that once every about 4 years. Somebody come out with that crown, whether it's Kendrick on Control or whatever. Right. So the best thing that happened to Tory Lanez is that somebody responded. Because if he would have said that and made that claim and people would have just kept it moving, then it just kind of is what nobody would have been stunting that shit. But somebody came out, Don Q came out, who is a nice rapper. He's not a trash rapper. Like, let's get that very clear.
Yeah.
And he jumped out there and took the opportunity to taking all challenges. Let me go ahead and get out there. And the best thing for Don Q was that Tory Lanez responded. Because now he's getting looks that he wouldn't have normally gotten.
Win-win.
It's a win-win situation. Now, here's my only issue with this whole thing. We need somebody of a little bit higher tier to come at Tory Lanez.
Yeah, and that's going to be
that's all.
That's what
I was about to touch on.
Let's
please
hear
elaborate.
Mr. Dreamville.
Yeah, man. So Tory's been batting 1,000 according to you, but he might have barked up the wrong tree.
Elaborate,
the next
please.
challenger. I mean, Jid put it out there.
JID?
JID wants all the smoke. Shout out to East Atlanta.
First of all, that's not the upper next level.
Yeah, that's not what I meant when I was saying that.
As far as ability,
Now,
yes, it is. You talking about just fame? I mean, I
I'll take
thought
a
we were
name.
talking about rap.
Both.
That's what I want to know.
I need both. You have to have some stature and skill.
Well, Tory, he wanted to get close to Cole, and Jid said, you got to come through me first.
Ooh.
So let's do it.
Now that I'm here for.
Yeah.
If it means,
I'm all for it.
He's aiming at
game
Cole.
time.
Tory made a reference to Cole.
Right.
So Jid's not taking it lightly. He said, come and me and the rest of Dreamville. You just trying to get close to Cole. It's not that easy.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm not here for him to have to go through all of Dreamville. We can stop that now. We can go straight to the boss level because we don't need to hear Earth Gang, this, Boz, this.
I don't need that state property versus Rough Riders beef.
We don't need that.
Tory ain't rolling like that, so he can't do that.
Well,
but he can take the Jid smoke.
He can smoke Jid, yes.
No. Whoa. Let's put a wager on that.
Let's
put a wager on that.
But I say that to say that would be more of a win for JID than it would for Tory. To Animal Brown's point, there needs to be someone who's like, all right, I see you, Tory. I'm gonna step out on the leg. It ain't G.
Somebody with a resume.
That ain't Cole.
No, somebody with a resume.
No, it's not.
Somebody with a resume.
What? Don Q has how many albums?
He got mixtapes.
Listen, man,
we're not saying. Don Q above Jid?
It's equal. It's about equal.
They about on the same.
He hotter in New York than Jid is down here.
Who raps better?
That's debatable.
Oh my fucking God.
That's debatable.
It's a tie.
It's debatable.
You trying to tell us that Jid and Don Q ain't on the same level?
It's debatable.
No, man.
It's debatable.
No, they're not.
Anyway, someone like you said, Cole stature, Pusha T stature. Now, with the energy that Tory has right now, I'm willing to take him to at least say that he can compete with everybody, but at least like 4 or 5 people in the game. He can't compete with a Drake. He can't compete with a Pusha. He can't compete with a Kendrick.
Right.
Cole.
Big Sean.
That would be now you were fighting all of the Simbas out there and go fight Mustafa whatever his name. That would Big Sean would be a level up. That would be a body.
Okay, but I'm gonna ask you this: does Tory deserve those? You name A-list rappers.
Yes,
at this point, A-list rappers.
Tory got hits. JID
it's not about the hits.
Yes, it is. It's about the resume at this point.
Yeah.
Because if I look,
so he can automatically jump to King Cooper and just skip everybody else.
It go like this.
It's Mario. He got to go through the levels.
If I say I'm the best rapper, right, and then somebody on my level or below me says, nah, dog, you ain't it, and I crush them, Joyner Lucas, boom, and then somebody else come and say, nah, dog, you ain't it, done, I crush him, boom. I ain't got to deal with nobody else on that level again.
True.
So 2 people?
It's JID. Yeah, that's it. All I need is 2.
But two qualified, skill-wise qualified people.
So now we're talking about skill. I just asked you.
Because
you about skill.
Listen, you can't just go straight to the boss level.
Right.
You
so
have
if you talk about Dreamville, can he just go straight to Cole?
No, we've already done that. Oh, now he can. Once he bodies Jid by next week.
I want to wager on both of you. We're going to revisit this topic.
Once he bodies
what I'm saying.
I didn't have a dog in this fight, but now I can't wait till he body G.
Okay.
I just can't wait.
It's your fault now.
It's your fault.
No, okay.
Tory Lanez, when you body
JID.
G at OndeckTV and let us know.
Yeah.
Because I want to see it now.
Jid, please smoke this nigga. I want a wager.
We front line
live and direct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's direct.
Jid gonna smoke this nigga, man.
Well,
Trust me.
But all we were saying is this: we're not disrespecting G.
Yeah, nah.
We're saying that he's on the same level as those guys. If I'm
me.
Tory Lanez, if I even jump and involve with you again, it's a plus for you.
Right.
I don't get nothing from smoking you because I've already proved I can smoke niggas like you.
That's all.
I'm trying to smoke Cole.
Niggas like you.
Sean.
Big Sean,
Right.
Kendrick Lamar. I want that smoke now if I'm Tory.
And you're exactly right. That's what he wants.
Right.
And that's what Jid is saying. You just want to have these two and just go straight, but you can't do that.
Jid,
That's fair. No, I'm not mad at Jid jumping in and throwing his name in the hat. I'm actually not mad at that.
Yeah.
Now more people can maybe get a grasp of his personality. He's actually saying and talking and doing something. I'm not mad at that, but how many undercards do we need until we get to some main event somewhere?
If I'm Cole or Sean or any of those people you name, I'm laughing. I'm not
taking it if I'm Cole.
I'm not doing this.
I'm
Why
not
would I
doing
do
that.
that?
If I'm J. Cole, there's no reason.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Now Sean maybe so
That's
though.
my point.
That's what Big Sean coming out the window, like being gone for a year. I could see that. Or Pusha T just to double down.
Nah, not Pusha T though.
Pusha ain't doing
He
it.
tried to get in this.
But see, Pusha didn't fall. No,
Pusha didn't fall for it.
Yeah, he tried to throw Pusha T name in.
I got you. Okay,
and he didn't fall for it.
yeah.
And I wouldn't if I was Pusha T either. To be honest.
No.
My boy C Murder got denied trial again or retrial again for like the second, third time. Of course, the update is he's facing life for a murder in 2000, 2001. So due to the new developments with Meek Mill and Jay-Z and the prison reform that they just got a bag of money for some prison reform programs to be enacted. You know, that's what Meek's been on, obviously, since he got out. C-Murder, well, not C-Murder, but somebody on C-Murder's Instagram reached out to Meek Mill and said, bro, we need some help. If you're Meek Mill, is it a good or a bad look to reach out to C-Murder to try to get his situation in order?
It's a lot going on with C-Murder. A lot has happened.
It's layers.
It's a lot of layers to it. And the approach that I would have as Meek Mill is, okay, how did he even get to this point? P done tried to help him. He done been out before. Yeah, had it reversed. Like, he got out of jail for this, and they came back and got him. So, what's the fight? Like, what do I have to fight against this? Do I have the time to allocate towards getting C-Murder out of jail? Is this something that I want to take on? Yeah. And in short, the answer to me to that is no. I personally, Meek Mill can't do it, but I can allocate some time to someone else, and it probably won't be as popular because it ain't me and Jay-Z going down to Louisiana to see you, and you probably won't get the traction in what you think you need. And I don't know if that's going to cause backlash. Now you saying, oh, Meek ain't doing what he's supposed to. No. I don't know if I get involved if that's going to happen, because C-Murder got a track record of that. He was talking bad about P at one point. Yeah. That's his brother. Yeah. So do I want to get myself involved with that if I'm Meek Mill? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
But this is what you signed up for. When you wore that prison reform hat, I'm on Ellen, I'm on late night TV. When you signed up for that, these are the types of situations that you sign up to be the face of. So when somebody like a C-Murder or whoever, if it's a BG or if it's a Big Mxtra or whoever it is, reach out to you, you can't just all of a sudden, now you low and now I done ducked off, now I'm off the grid for 2 or 3 days. No, bro, this is what you asked for when you agreed to wear that hat. So this is what I think Meek Mill should do. He should put somebody that, or him and Hove or whoever, should put someone in that reform committee or whatever it is that they got. Have somebody take a look and say, C-Murder, I'm going to have somebody take a look at it, because he actually does, if you look at like the evidence and all that stuff, he actually does have a genuine like gripe. He's just in a shitty state when it comes to, I think it was Louisiana and Oregon are the only 2 states where you don't need a unanimous jury conviction. Yeah. And he didn't have a unanimous one, but it didn't matter, nigga, because you were in the parishes. So they threw his ass under the jail. He's tried several times, but he actually does have a case. Now, he's not doing much to help himself, so to speak, because he's still kind of living a little bit by the street laws, and I get it. In jail, I understand that. And P has pull and money, and that didn't work. So I don't know how effective it'll be with Hove and Meek down there, but it'll be a good look for hip-hop. He'll be looked at as a hero if he pulled that off.
That's a fact. So what I would say is, if I'm Meek, you're right. I would have someone look at it, and I think the biggest thing would be communication. I would let everybody know that I'm not the person, if you think, is going to be down there talking to C-Murder every day, going to see him in jail.
No, you can't do that,
listening to your case.
Can't do that.
I'm not going to be
Ain't no halfway crooks, bro.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that dude. But there is going to be someone who, like you said, is in this organization with me and Hove that can give y'all updates.
You still got to be the face, though.
Yeah, he can be there. That's what I'm saying. But they can start a website. You want to know what's going on with C-Murder case? Okay, go to this website. I'm Meek Mill. I'll tell you the name of the website every time I do an interview. Right. You want to know about Big Meech or whoever else I'm helping, go to the website. I personally, as Meek Mill, though, I have to get low when it comes to people like C-Murder, just because I know your past. I'll put the whole goddamn caboodle behind you as far as the name and the prison reform, but me personally, I don't need you reaching out to me personally. I can get somebody to handle it, but I just can't do that if I'm Meek Mill and C-Murder, because then it starts to look at, oh, well, he's fighting for this guy who was a menace to society in New Orleans. They locked him up for this. He's fighting for a guy who was convicted of these other murders, and they're going to start digging up C-Murder past. And that's just going to tie into Meek, when all Meek was trying to say is me, the guy that was on probation that popped a wheelie that they wanted to do 2 years. I wasn't supposed to be doing that. I can't be lumped in with C-Murder.
His name is C-Murder.
And his name is C-Murder.
Like, listen, people outside the culture are not going to understand that.
Yeah, like my billionaire that I was trying to tell, he was talking about oodles and noodles, that I was trying to tell about the babysitters. That guy, he's not understanding you fighting for C-Murder.
And that was going to be my whole thing about it was, they will never be face to face or go down there themselves. They
I
started.
think that's what C Murder expect though, because he was expecting that from P.
Okay,
bro.
forget what he expects.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the point of them starting the organization,
Right.
is for the work to get done by people who get paid to do that type of work.
Gotcha.
They're never going to be on the front line. Now they're just supporting it financially and spreading the word about it.
Yeah.
They won't be single-handedly in a case themselves and going down to a courthouse to see
You're
it.
absolutely right.
Does the average fan know that?
Yeah.
Does the average fan? Does C Murder know that?
Well,
I would hope so.
Well, let me explain it to
his
the average fan.
expectation. His
That won't happen.
expectation. C Murder wanted P down there like every day fighting
Right.
with him, and P was like, "Bro, I can't
That's
do
family
this.
though, man. That's a little different.
Yeah, that's
Bruh,
different.
I'm running a $400 million business. You expect me to come to your court dates? Your court dates?
Hey, man,
Nigga, you obviously killed this.
that
nigga.
shit do a lot.
Yeah.
that shit
It
do a lot for a
does.
nigga.
It
in the
does.
thing,
I'm
though.
just saying, if that's what C Murder's expecting, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not happening at all.
Question.
I can tell you that right
Question.
Okay.
Would Meek Mill be wrong to go to his IG and be like, first and foremost, bro, before I decide to do anything, you have to change your name?
now. No, Meek Mill shouldn't say anything. Just let,
No, I'm saying,
just let the
but
people.
can we get C Murder
just let
to
the
change
people
his
who
name
give it-
though?
No.
Well, he did change it. He changed
You
it,
got to
though.
go by Corey Miller.
No,
though,
he changed
right?
it to C Miller.
Oh, he do.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did change.
We just saying
Oh,
C
we
Murder because
just
people
saying.
know who
But
the fuck.
guess, but guess what the media is going to call him?
Yeah, that's a fact. It won't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's true.
Yeah, he can change his name to fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Animal Brown. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't care.
He will always be C Murder.
Murder.
Now they need to free Mac though. He need to get down there. Mac case is unbelievably like complete bullshit. He didn't do it, but I ain't gonna lie though. Just for the PR though. I mean, not just for the PR. Obviously, if a nigga in jail
But
for something he
for the
didn't do,
PR.
it's some slaw. But the PR, if he frees C Murder, would be crazy. I mean, for a certain generation. I'm not saying a 19-year-old would give a fuck. But I'm saying for people of our generation, Meek would be a hero. Or somebody like BG or something.
That would put Meek on a whole nother level for the rest of the rappers in his
for sure.
generation.
For sure.
That'd be crazy. Now, we talking the game. All
The
right?
game, not the game, but the game.
Yeah, not the right. JC Taylor.
Yeah, man.
That's my guy. Game is my guy.
Yeah, I remember you tried to get an autograph from him.
No, but I did.
When we first moved to Atlanta.
When we first moved to Atlanta, he was in Lenox Mall, standing
You tried
right
to
next
get
to
an
me
autograph.
in Champs. I had no fucking clue.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
You know when you see, like, this the thing though. In Atlanta, you never know who's in, especially in Lenox and places like that.
Right.
You'll see somebody, you be like, damn, that look just like, and then it be that
That's
person.
That person.
So yeah, Game was standing next to me, but he was with like 10 deep. All niggas had the chain, the Black Wall Street chains
There was a
on.
nigga for real with him that was like 6'9", like 600 pounds.
Nah, them motherfuckers, they was
and they
deep.
had a for real deal like offensive lineman with him.
Pro Bowl offensive lineman. So we talking his albums again. Born to Rap is his new album. Should be dropping any second now, any day now. We're gonna get to the video, the live video where he talked about Kanye.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say,
shit
what you
in a
think about his rollout?
We're gonna.
Was that part of the rollout?
What do y'all think about his
It's
rollout?
an interesting rollout, very game-ish rollout.
Definitely a game tactic.
Been doing this for years.
He's been trolling for years. He even took to Instagram and was like, I just woke up from a nap. Is hip hop still soft? And he tried to backtrack on his shit. So apparently the reception to his Kanye and Kim bars weren't received very well.
Yeah.
Because he went super hard though, and everybody's looking like, why now? What are you talking about?
Tell the people though,
the
because
verse was
everybody
hard.
may not know.
Kinda
So tell the
distasteful.
people.
I might just play the clip then.
Play the clip.
Yeah, because we'll play the clip. We'll throw the clip in here somewhere. But he went super hard, and I think he did used to mess with Kim like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
20 years ago.
Who knows?
That's nasty.
I mean, like,
It's nasty.
why though?
It's nasty to bring it up. Not
Kanye, my
nasty-
nigga, but
Yeah, nah,
What?
that's what I'm saying. That's nasty to bring it up if you game. I don't want nobody to get it mistaken. You may mess with a girl on down the line that your homeboy or an associate of yours mess with. That's just how the game goes
Right,
sometimes.
right.
Especially if
But for
y'all
you to
fucking
come back and be like, oh man, I was fucking the shit out of her, and that's his wife.
15 years later though.
That's his wife though.
Yeah, it's off limits, bro.
Above all of that, that's his wife.
That's let me know the marketing budget for this album was low.
Zero.
You know, it may be off limits to some. I found it a bit distasteful. However,
That's some people.
some will argue that
This
you
what
know,
Kanye
if you Kim is in that spotlight. They're public
fair game.
figures. It's fair game. No pun intended. But
And,
Nah, he went too far.
And that's my issue with it. It's fair game for people in that spotlight.
Yeah.
Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. Game paints itself, as I went back to go listening to his discography, as a street nigga. Street niggas
sure.
don't do shit like this.
yeah, but something like I said,
Not in the
I have a
open, no
comment right now live. She said it's not off limits. So
Jesus,
some people
that's-
believe
they
it.
ruthless.
Yeah, yeah. Some people, that's what it is.
Savage.
To be honest, like you
Shout out to
said,
Jessica.
it is Kanye West. He invites this type of energy.
No, fuck
That's what I'm saying.
You invite this type of energy.
That's
if
what
you're
I'm
Kanye
saying.
West, though.
Kanye puts all positive energy out in the earth on Twitter.
You want everything to be
Twitter.
public, you got to take the good and the bad with it, man. You got to.
Yeah, he trolling.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these album rankings. He's got 8 records. We're excluding Streets of Compton and Block Wars, which are considered soundtracks, and Blood Moon, which is considered a compilation.
Blood Moon was dope though.
Yeah, it actually, they got some bangers on there. We're excluding those. We're going all solo game albums. There's 8. Do me a favor. Give me your 8, 7, and 6.
8, 7, 6. I got the Doctor's Advocate, and the reason being, I think that was the follow up to the first album.
Yep.
Yeah.
He tried to go away from, I feel like he tried to get too far away from 50 Cent. And someone told him, if you're going to be a West Coast rap superstar, this is what the album needs to sound like. And they lied to him. It was too it was too West Coast. And it was before Kendrick and Nipsey and Dom came and put this different kind of sound on West Coast music, but still kept it West Coast.
Right.
And Gang was just in this purgatory somewhere in the middle. And you like, dude, nah, this ain't it.
Right.
But that's what I got Doctor's Advocate there. Red album, I feel like is more the same.
What
like,
number?
Red album was number 7.
Gotcha.
Kind of like it right
I just didn't like. He was trying to be too gangster, too game. Like it wasn't enough. Like he's good at making other albums, and I just didn't feel like those albums were in this whole body of work as far as like the fun songs, the club songs, stuff like that. Number 6, I'm gonna go with Documentary 2. Documentary 2 is just, I feel like it was a more grown up version of the game that we heard on the first documentary, but
For
just
sure.
the songs weren't there. Like it just like they didn't hold up like the other ones in his catalog did.
I'm gonna say this: 2 of those I've got in the same position, and this is an interesting like discography. This was probably one of the more harder ones to do that we've done, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Number 8 is 100% Doctor's Advocate. He was feeling the pressure after he left G Unit. There was no 50 there to kind of help craft some of those records, and you could tell because on some of those records he tried to do his best 50 impersonation, and it didn't work. Go back and listen to Let's Ride. Picture 50 Cent on that hook instead of him. He tried it, didn't work. He almost fooled us because that One Blood single was hard.
Yeah, that was hard.
And so we was like, oh, okay.
And he had the remix where
He had the remix with 1 million people on it.
Yeah.
He made waves with that. It's like, okay, had us interested. And I found myself when we listened to it, he just went out of his way to say that I'm no longer with Dre and 50. He said Dr. Dre's name 100 times on that album, and we know that's his shtick, that's his thing, that he name drops, and that came from really being a little bit of a novice in the rap game at first. Right. We all know his story. He got shot. He said he listened to the same 3 or 4 albums on a hospital bed or whatever. That sounds good as a story. Who knows? Let's assume that that's real, man. But you could tell because it shined because he name drops and does a lot of that. And I think that came from being a little bit of a novice, but then he kind of just made that his thing. Number 7, I'm going to go LAX. LAX is not a bad album, and I think it's got some heat on there. My Life with Lil Wayne is crazy, but that shit hard. But the songs are here with some of the features, man. He tried to go too commercial. He got Neo, Chrisette Michelle, Raheem DeVaughn. Like it was too much. He tried to pay homage, had Ice Cube, Raekwon. They didn't work.
Where did the budget come from for that album?
It was long, wasn't it?
Man,
yeah,
it was long, and it seemed like it was a lot of money that was spent on that album.
24 songs, bro.
Producers.
It was super long.
It was a lot of features. It was a lot of videos.
He had Neo on here, Keisha Cole, LaToya Williams.
Like a big album,
bro. And it was too big, bro. Like it just super pause. But like it just didn't connect. Not to say it's horrible. Let me be clear. I think The Doctor's Advocate is really only bad. I think that's his only bad album. I would say is I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah, because Game really doesn't have bad albums to me.
Yeah, except Doctor's Advocate.
I can see why some might say that.
But 7, I'm gonna say 3 through 7 though are fairly close. At least 3 through 6. And my number 6 is Documentary 2. And for the record, yes, we split up Documentary 2 and 2.5 because they came out back-to-back weeks. Documentary 2 is okay. Again, it's not trash, but he tried really hard to recapture some of those feelings from the first one. He even had the song. He brought back Kanye West on this one. He had Drake on this one. The hardest song on here is New York, New York. That shit is fire. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how Game puts together some of these really good records, because he has some really top-notch, high-quality music, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It may not be as consistent as you may want it to be, but on this album, he had more than the previous two. So I'll give him that. I also like that Standing on Ferraris with Diddy. That shit kind of went hard. So my 8 is Doctor's Advocate, 7 is LAX, 6 is Documentary 2. Give me your 5 and 4.
My 5 and 4, I had LAX at 5, and the reason I had it a little higher because I feel like after the sophomore slump, whoever was behind Game, whatever machine that he had behind him, tried to keep it afloat, and they wanted to make sure that he was successful with this album. And you could tell by the money that was put into it, the features and all of that.
Feature budget was heavy.
I couldn't believe, like, when I was going back through that, all the shit that was on there. So
there's a lot of
I'm
shit.
gonna say LAX for that. Number 4 for me is gonna be 1992. I like 1992.
Dope album, dope concept. And
I'm agreeing with y'all here. I give Game a hard time because of the outside of the booth stuff, but I do agree that he's a good rapper. Game is, if you want to ask for a rap career, him, Fab would be two of the people that you would say they're not superstars, but they've been around and they know how to make music.
Successful,
they know how
consistent.
Consistent. They know how to keep themselves out there as far as it may be a little stint every now and then on Game's end, but at the end of the day, he can make good music and keep himself afloat with making that music.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with 1992 for number 4. What you have for 5 and 4?
5 and 4, I had the Red Album at number 5. Back with Dre. Dre did some of the intros, some of the skits. Kendrick. I know he was happy to fucking do that. Young Kendrick Lamar, which was a fire-ass song.
He was hungry.
Yeah. He snapped on that motherfucker. And first song with Drake on here, that song was actually pretty dope too. He tried with the girl songs where he got Lloyd, Mario on here, like Chris Brown. He almost went a little too commercial with that, but those are
do his LL Cool J thing.
Yeah,
that's what he was going.
They're okay songs. They're not. It's not bad. But on here, he got one with Pharrell and Nelly Furtado. That mama knows. Nigga, listen to me. If we don't put more respect on Pharrell producer hat, man, he laces everybody, and that song is fire. You hear me? So I went back and listened to that. That shit is dope. One of the dopest songs on here is Ricky, which obviously Boys in the Hood.
My shit.
Listen, Game, when it comes to like making cinematic, whether it's the intros or the outros, and just kind of putting a little bit of an extra layer on his music and some of those records, he's got that down. Now, he's not to the level of maybe like a Ross when it comes to production and making it very cinematic, but he's up there. He just doesn't do it across a full body of work like maybe a Ross has done before.
Yeah. He has a very good, like what you said, just making it cinematic, the Ricky song. And was it that album, or I can't remember what album it was on. I may have already named it in mind, but when he was talking about he was talking about the night Pac died, and he was talking about the night that Big died, and he was talking about being Eazy-E.
Yeah,
is that
hard.
album?
No.
That's another album. That was a dope ass song.
Concept.
Yeah.
He's infatuated with Pac though.
Well, Big Pac too. Big every album. Big
Jesus.
Pac every album heavy.
He name drops them or raps like them or emulates them. Like he does that shit.
Yeah, he was definitely a student of the game for sure.
Yeah,
that's what we call it.
It ain't no wrong.
For sure. Yeah.
What's the difference between being a student of the game and biting though? Because I mean, come on, bro. Like
I think Game has his own style.
To be honest, it takes talent, because this nigga was on a song with the song with Eminem. And he was rapping like like
he does it. He's a chameleon.
Yeah, like being able to do that, and it's still sounding good though. Like you can hear that and be like, man, what is he doing?
And that's a throwback, because that's how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah,
Big got on the song with Bone.
You try to emulate that style up. Right.
That's how I used to go. So I get it.
I ain't mad at that.
My number 4 is Documentary 2.5. I think this banging. Like, this album is banging.
That's my number 3, so
like,
I'm gonna spoiler alert for you.
Like I'm fucking with it. Like it's a little toward the middle where I'm not like the DJ Quick and the E4. Like there's a couple of like maybe 2 or 3
California Essential people you should have.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that. But the Anderson .Pac features on here were hard. The J-Rock and Schoolboy shit was hard. He had Nas and Game fuck with each other. Have they done a handful of 6-7 songs together? The Like Father Like Son 2 on here. The My Flag I thought was banging, and finally that Life. Man, oh my God, number 17 on that fucking documentary. 2.5 is fire. So that's my number 4. You said it was your number 3?
Going into it, yep, my number 3 is going to be documentary 2.5, and for some of the same reasons. The concept overall, it was around the time it came out, October 2015.
Okay.
Numerous the cop shootings that were going on around that time. The shooting in the church in Charleston had happened around that time. This album, without being having too much political commentary to it, accurately talked about a rapper that you would want, like you would want somebody like Game commenting on these things the way that he did with these different songs, giving you his perspective as a black man from Los Angeles, California, and how he looks at things. And I think it was very dope as far as him just sharing his perspective, because a lot of time rappers don't do that. They try to find what's hot, what's trendy, whatever it may be, and I want to make a hit single, I want to make a hit album, and I want to go number 1. I feel like this album was basically, hey, let me tell y'all what I feel, how I feel about people getting gunned down in the streets, how I feel about the gang, how I feel about everything going on right now. He did a great job of that with 2.5.
I would say every time we do these discographies ranked, there's always one album that's worse than what I remembered, and there's always one that's better than I remembered. This documentary 2.5 was better than I remembered when it came out. I feel like he had bad time, and he split the double disc up, did it back-to-back weeks, and then the third week, if I'm not mistaken, he dropped the full double disc.
He dropped it together.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it was a lot of material right then to keep up with. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but a lot of bangers through both of those albums.
That's a fact.
For sure.
That is a fact.
Give me your number 2. So that was your number 3. What's your number 2? We'll both do number 1 together.
Because they both the same.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So let me give you my number 3. 1992.
Yeah.
Concept, listen, I was gassed for this album when it came out.
People slept on this album.
I agree. But again, he doesn't get a lot of push. He's on E1 now, like I said, an independent label. He's not getting a lot of that Interscope machine behind him like he used to.
Right.
So a lot of his music goes under the radar. He's not really concerned about making like radio singles and stuff of that nature. With this 1992, I remember he came out, he said this is going to be a 90s theme album, obviously. That's our golden years. You know what I'm saying? So, but when it starts off, though, it starts off early 90s. Which is a little bit before my time. My golden era is a little more mid to late 90s. And that's when he picked it up around Juice, Young Niggas. I grew up on Wu-Tang. Like that little run right there, fire. Like I listened to, those are probably some of my favorite Game songs, dude. Like, and it's short and straight to the point, 13 tracks. That's how all music needs to be now in 2019. Yeah. And it's straight to the point, and I thought it was a fire album and concept. Yeah. I like that however do you want it too. Anytime you flip that.
Yeah, those are Juice early 90s. 92.
Yeah. When he came in.
You seen Juice? You gotta ask what you
gonna do me any kind of way.
I mean, we gotta ask.
Now he did Colors on here. I haven't seen Colors.
Yeah, Colors too.
I haven't seen that though.
I like how he did that.
I tried to watch it and I seen who was that?
Honky Ball. You seen Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle and Damon Wayans, gang members in the fucking minivan. I cut it off immediately. Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle's great.
Come on,
that's a
great actor. Don Cheadle.
Nah, he the shit now, but him playing a gang member, I ain't had no time for that.
Got to start somewhere.
That shit trash. But the album is a good album.
Yeah, for sure.
We have the same 2 and 1.
Everybody that listens to Game that ranks his discography should have the same 2 and 1.
This is undisputed.
Yeah, there's no question about
2
this.
is Jesus Piece and 1 is documentary, period.
The one for me when I went back and listened, even though knowing it was a great album, because it wasn't favorable for me for a little second because I really wasn't feeling Game. The documentary, I was like, it ain't held up well. But then I went and listened back to it this weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's fire.
Game can rap his ass off.
That's a big takeaway from this.
Game can fucking rap.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
bars, just rapping.
Yeah, like just rap.
Yeah,
you talking about just getting in there and rapping. Game can definitely do that. With those 2 being named 2 and 1, I think that everybody would agree that that's a consensus here. I would like to know this from the OnDeckers out there. You can comment in the rap chat, comment on the show when we put it up. I never hear people from California really mention Game. Like they proud of Kendrick Lamar, they proud of YG depending upon where they from, they proud of Nipsey Hussle, and they die by some of their music. I never hear the people that ride for Game. Are they out there?
Well, no, it's because he's a vet now though. But he's a vet. He's not. Kendrick is the fresh blood. Nipsey is the fresh blood, so to speak.
So that's what I say. That's what I would say. Because even when he was fresh, they were riding with him because you didn't like 50. Or if you like 50, you definitely weren't fucking with Game.
I think they're rolling after that.
Yeah, I agree. He brought the West back though, because the West was quiet.
Sure.
Yeah, I 100% would give him that.
The West was quiet, which is why the impact came with that documentary, because that was probably one of the best West Coast albums we had heard in a very long time. Yeah. And so, and he was believable. He had the story, he had the look, he had the push, he had the team. You know what I'm saying? So it was the total package that came out with that first album. I'm gonna touch on Jesus Piece just a little bit though as my number 2. And you know what's funny? I don't like the first song on him. And usually, as an artist,
the Ali Boombaye?
No, Scared Now with Meek Mill.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I forgot about that.
That's my point. And Ali Boombaye is fire. You
can't follow that Meek Mill song up.
That's
with
what I'm
saying.
Like typically, when people put their projects out, they put the hardest shit first. You want to catch people out the gate. That song Meek Mill some slaw.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, here we go
it's
again.
Skippable.
Yeah, it's a skippable song.
That Ali Boombaye.
Man, but that Ali Boombaye, that Jesus Piece with Kanye, that Pray with J. Cole, that church, listen, he goes on a run on this album.
Yeah, that Jesus Piece is nasty.
That church used to be my shit.
That shit go hard.
Man.
That shit go. I like the song with Kendrick, that See No Evil, where they talk about the snitching and Tank on there. Like, what? Yeah. I thought that was Jamie Foxx at first.
That ain't Jamie Foxx?
Them niggas sound exactly alike. But this is fire.
It's Tank the value version of Jamie Foxx?
But
yes.
Tank
is
Jamie Foxx was on his album on Hallelujah.
So was.
Okay, so that's what I'm remembering.
Okay, yeah. No, but the song with the See No Evil, that's Tank. Now, I will say this, though, and it's ironic that he's back in the news, so to speak, for the Kanye rant that he went on, or the new Kanye bars, because if you listen to this album, number 7, Heaven's Arms, he has the following bar. Kanye's with Kim now, and I'm happy for that nigga. Disrespect him or his wifey, and I'll slap you for that nigga.
I remember that.
Bruh.
Hey, man.
You can't erase this shit, dude. We've heard this, bro.
We know Game bipolar, though.
Yeah. Well, we know Kanye. Game is cold. So he needed a hot take.
Okay,
that too.
That's fair.
That's what it was.
But I ain't gonna lie. I think it got more.
It's no different than Soulja Boy interview.
Don't
That's
put
true.
Don't put
Same
Big
thing.
Soldier. Don't y'all dare put Big Soldier in this.
Neither one of them are relevant music.
Relax.
Game ain't put out, I love Game, but he ain't putting nothing out. The people not. He cold.
Yeah, he cold.
So what better way to do it? This is a social media era. Now let me get a quick. Let me act like we in the studio and just play this. But we all know what he wanted
Candid
the outcome
camera
to
was
be.
popping off in the corner.
It's the reason we're doing this right now.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And that song sounded like it was fire.
Yeah, he's snapping.
Yeah, he was snapping.
He could rap his ass off. And you mentioned the Fab comparison with Game, and I give you that, but I put Game a little bit ahead of Fabulous.
Whoa.
Just because of the
Discography.
catalog.
Whoa.
Fab doesn't have a catalog. He has 2. How many solo albums Fab have?
But he got his mixtapes fire.
Yeah, but I'm talking
That's
about
a question for
commercial
the polls.
releases.
Let me
Soul
ask y'all
tapes,
this.
though.
Let me ask y'all this. Okay, if you're tiering out rappers, 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, what tier is Game on, and then what tier is Fab?
The same. They're
They're on
grouped
the
in
same tier.
So
I
both
said I
of
put them
like,
a little
both of them
bit.
like tier 3 ish.
2, 3.
Yeah, I put Game. I put them in because they bar you the fuck up. I can't put you at 3 if you give me good music and you bar you the fuck
So
up.
That's
3
just
is
true.
3 is like Joyner Lucas.
He ain't got no albums,
That's
though.
not, I can't put him on any.
That's
J-
too high.
JID is 3.
That's way too high.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. yeah.
That's
We'll see.
entirely
Just
too
pay
high.
me when he smoked Tory.
Oh, shit.
Pause.
No, but that again, like you said, documentary, bro. Listen, that's obviously number 1. That's a classic debut
that
album.
is a fact.
It's a classic debut album.
The Dreams.
What do we say about this though? The fact that the number 1 album on all our list is the one he did with 50, and the very last one on all our list. How you feel about that? The follow up, The Doctor's Advocate.
Well,
It's last.
I feel no. What I'm in the Game's defense.
Okay.
What I'm shooting some bail. I feel like it was a lot of label pressure on the second album.
Probably.
So
From
put this
Interscope?
here. Yeah, because they had such success with the first album.
Yeah.
And then 50 was not there.
True.
So they, I feel like he succumbed to a lot of put this here, arrangements like that, instead of just doing what he wanted to do.
That's fair.
And that's what I think.
I just think it's ironic that that's the one, the follow up to when 50 dipped on him is last on ours. Is there something to that? And maybe it is pressure.
No, it's nothing to it because after that he put out some more great music.
He did. That's true. Now, if he would have ended, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
If he'd have fallen off a cliff, after
For
that,
sure. Yeah.
then it'd be something. I just think it's ironic at the position that those are in.
Yeah.
I
that's a
feel
good
like
observation, for sure.
the one that the documentary that was heavily 50 produced, we all know that, and I think the second one, the follow up, he still
No
forgave.
Dre.
Game, I think he still didn't know himself, like who he was or how to make an album that he wanted to sound good. So he was still listening to Interscope and them telling him, hey, if you're going to be a big West Coast star, it has to sound like this, like what you were saying. You know, like you said, right. They were finding people like saying, hey, put this here and go get this person and make sure you have this type of beat with the 6/4s and all of this shit.
Right.
And I don't think the Game was a strong enough personality at that point in his career to say, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Because he hadn't stood on his own yet.
Exactly. And then by album 3, once he got the big ass budget and was like, I want Nas on this, I want Kanye on this, I want Marjan Bros on this, and was able to, and people seen that it worked. They were like, all right, you got it, player.
Yeah,
true. So I feel like that's how it works.
Y'all hit us up, man. Go to Facebook. There's a group. Search for it. It's called the Rap Chat. Let us know what's your top 3. You ain't got to rank all 8, but feel free. You can do that too. At least let us know what your top 3 Game albums are, all right? Also, Instagram and Twitter at OndeckTV Podcast. Let us know which ones you're feeling, man. And before we get out of here, man, On Decker of the Week, we're going to iTunes. Shout out to everybody that got these comments in. We are at 103 comments. We are popping. We appreciate that.
Keep it coming.
We're going to take one. Shout out Jay Easley 84. That's my guy right there.
Boy, Jeff.
Big Jeff, he said it's been dope to watch this podcast grow over the years. Animal Brown and Spike Lee break down the latest and greatest in hip-hop every week. Hey, we appreciate that, man. That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
100% my guy. I got an honorable mention.
Okay, go ahead.
I put a post out there about your boy. Dave East makes music for niggas who work at warehouses overnight.
What?
And sell bud on the side. I agree with this.
I fuck with Davies though.
I agree with this, but someone said in the rap chat, because I said Freddie Gibbs as well.
That's hating.
And this guy said that he almost got into a fight with a Freddie Gibbs fan because he was a J. Cole fan, and they didn't realize that J. Cole fans carry guns too. He said, yeah, but mine's registered. Just yours while you walking around with yours illegal. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's
it
hilarious.
happened in the rap chat. It was very funny.
I like both artists. So shout out to Gangsta Gibbs.
His name was...
That'd be nice. Give him some shine.
I'm trying to find him. I thought I had him.
You need to have that on deck.
I thought I did. I had it. Was right.
This is On Deck TV.
Jesus Christ.
But look, though, I'm finna find it while we're doing this.
All right, Mxtra, tell us about the music coming out this week or already out. What should we be checking for?
Yes. So last week we had your girl Dreezy came out.
That's my baby.
Yeah, for everybody. Big Dreezy.
She got a song with Cash Doll.
Yeah, she does.
Big Dreez.
Record. Shout out. Big Dreez is the name of the album. So Dreezy came out last week. And also Eminem's artist from Compton, Boogie.
Fire album.
His album is dope.
This is what 6 Black should sound like.
First name is just Black. Well, not 6 Black.
Yeah, he shouldn't have put the 6 in front of it.
Shout out to Zone 6.
Your name being Black is trash. No. 6 Black is how I'm going to say it so people know who the hell I'm talking about.
They're two different type of artists. What do you mean?
No, they're very similar. The sing-songy, melodramatic.
Yeah, I think Black has found his niche and it works for him.
I think Boogie is what I wanted Black to sound like. Well, that album fire.
Yeah, it is good.
I have to listen to
JID has a wonderful feature on that album too.
My guy that pulled the strap out on the fan, that was J Baby Alexander. So shout out to him. Honorable mention.
So he actually pulled the strap out and incriminated himself.
Well, he did not. And he said he was just letting people know that J. Cole fans do have guns as well, but they're registered.
Yeah, everybody got guns.
Fair enough.
South, for sure.
It was fun.
And we got the only thing coming out this Friday is People Under the Stairs have a album coming out.
Was that a movie?
That's the name of a rap group, but it was also a movie.
It was a Stephen King movie, right? Some of your shit, right?
Yeah, hell if I know. Yeah. Also, don't forget though, the K Slay came out last week too.
I did.
Crickets? Yeah. Word? Nobody listen to K Slay?
No.
Me neither. I just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to New York.
You just look like him.
You had something else?
Yeah, you just look like K Slay.
Which I got on. Oh, killing him. Which I got on deck for the weekend, bro?
I might go to the game.
What game?
Super Bowl.
Fuck out of here.
I may go to. Nah, I'm just fucking.
I was about to say.
You have to pay me. I'm definitely not. If you have free tickets, you're going.
Of course.
But you gotta drive.
Why wouldn't you?
But you have to drive.
And
so what?
Yeah, I ain't dealing with
I don't care.
I'm not dealing
with
traffic all the time. What's traffic? Traffic.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
So now you're not going to the game. What are you doing?
I am not. I'm watching the game at home, but I will get out in the festivities. Dan Patrick is one of my favorite radios. He having a live show down here. I want to go check that out. Goody Mob show was Monday. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I heard
Goody
people
Mob
talking about
from
that
the SWATs.
Yeah, with Future rap with long time ago.
Yeah, Dungeon Family
97.
Yeah.
But Questions for you, Mxtra, since you are an ATL native. Just some Super Bowl rules, some stuff that's going around.
Yeah, man.
Anybody can sell you parking here, right?
Anybody. Don't. Yeah.
So be careful when they like 50 shout out, watch your car shout it.
Yeah, you come back. You gonna have a bum with a yellow vest, and he gonna be like, "That's $10."
That remind me of the Atlanta episode on TV.
Fact. Yeah. This is where people do not leave your cars running at the gas station.
No.
Don't run in the gas station and think I'll be right back out and I'm gonna run to the pump. It will be gone. Right?
Yeah, that's not a Super Bowl rule. That's every day.
Yeah, this is Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta,
these Atlanta rules for people to abide by why they're here.
In Atlanta, it's things they call them sliders. So a lot of people leave their door open and they slide in your door while you're pumping gas and take your phone and your purse. So lock your doors, people.
What the?
If you don't pay your stripper, she will fight you.
Yes, I've seen it happen.
So make sure you pay your strippers in Magic City Mondays after the Super Bowl. You spending your Super Bowl winnings because you bet with the Patriots. Make sure that you pay your strippers.
I'm glad I'm washed and don't go to the strip club.
Yeah.
They have dancers in every club.
That's also a fact.
What?
Yeah, you can go to a regular club, it'll be dancers.
And last but not least, if you're down there, you're riding the mall, you see the homeless people in Atlanta, refer to them as unc or auntie. Show them some respect. Don't just be doing the homeless people down here any kind of way.
On big God.
And people that
Show
went through
respect.
stuff.
Yeah.
So refer to them as unc or auntie.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Some may say dad. You know what I'm saying? Show them respect.
Jesus Christ. What you got on deck, Mxtra?
I'm getting all into the festivities.
All in the festivities. You right there by it, you in the mix.
In the mix, man. So Mxtra will be in the mix. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what Super Bowl party I'm gonna hit yet.
Do some live reporting for us. Some live like on deck feeds.
Yeah, because I'll be at the house.
100% at the house.
Yeah. I might. It's supposed to be something Thursday. Shout out to Grand Hustle. Cool. It's supposed to be doing.
I'd have the skating party.
Yeah, skating party Thursday.
Do you put on skates and skate if you go to that?
I don't. I'm a mingle. I'm 6'2".
I thought it was an Atlanta thing. I thought skating wasn't an Atlanta thing.
Yeah, I'm 6'2". I'm lanky. I can't be up there. I fall. It's a wrap, man. I can't do it. Yeah. All my short brothers, y'all go out. Y'all good.
Yeah, have fun with that, Lou. I ain't doing shit either though. I'm chilling. I might. BT got a couple of events going on. I might pull up.
I need to do something, man. It's everything. You know.
BT got some shit going on Friday and Saturday. I might pull up. They doing a screening for the Don.
Hoping ain't Don Q.
Nah. What's
Tory Lanez ended that.
What's the fucking American Soul? The Don. I'm finna say Don Imus. Bruh, the Soul Train dude, man.
With the activator, Don
Cornelius.
There we go.
Don Cornelius.
Yeah, they doing the little.
Are they doing a screening for that movie?
Yeah, that should look dope though.
Yeah, I should be ashamed.
So I might pull up today.
When is that?
That's Saturday.
Yeah.
I might
They
check
doing
that
a lot of different things. I might try to check out First Take on Friday too.
Ooh.
That's hard.
Yeah, First Take is gonna be there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the same thing Dan Patrick doing. I'm going to tomorrow. So yeah.
Yeah, I might pull up, man. Y'all let us know what y'all got going on for the Super Bowl. Real quick, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Patriots.
Who you got?
Got the Rams by 3.
By 3. I got Patriots by 7.
All right. Green Bay next year by 7. That's all that matters.
Oh my, that's your prediction. Get out
Absolutely.
of here,
All right, man. Another one in the books. Again,
sir.
y'all go to iTunes, comment, rate, subscribe. We at 103. That's what's up. Do the same thing at YouTube. Click the link in the bio. It's right there in the notes right now. You can
leave
click.
them comments. Let us know what you're thinking about the episodes. Once we were giving them to you on YouTube now, let us know what you think. Comment, rate, like, subscribe, as you said.
And we out.
Make it hot.